Hello everyone, my name is Todd Morgan, and along with Jennifer Brown, Zach Hannon, and Jessica Herlinger, we are going to be presenting a marketing plan proposal for Blue Buffalo Pet Food, centering around entering the Australian market. Blue Buffalo is a premium dog and cat food manufacturer, which provides an all-natural, healthy pet food option for pet owners, high in nutrients, vitamins, and overall nutritional value. Blue Buffalo believes that pets should be treated like the family members they are, and that starts with a healthy diet that decreases risk of disease. Blue Buffalo is currently the best-selling all-natural pet food brand in the United States, and the goal is to ride the trend of pet humanization to greater and greater market share, eventually becoming the best-selling pet food brand overall. Globally, Blue Buffalo will focus on successfully penetrating the Australian market, which we believe presents itself as a cost-effective option that will allow for a similar approach as we implemented in the United States over the last 20 years. A longer-term goal is to become the best-selling natural pet food brand in the world, with Australia being the first big step toward becoming a global player in the industry. Getting into our target market of Australia specifically, we are looking at a country with a population of 24.6 million people, with about 16% of the population owning a pet dog and 13% owning a pet cat. Overall, there are 4.8 million pet dogs and 3.9 million pet cats. Additionally, Australia has a strong per capita gross domestic product of $55,925, one of the highest in the world. In terms of market potential, in Australia we see an opportunity to enter a high-growth market. The pet food market was valued at $2.86 billion in 2018. Over the 3-year period from 2013 to 2016, the pet dog population increased by 3%, and the pet cat population increased by 6%. Along with a household growth rate of 6% over that same period, more and more Australian families will be helping to grow the dog and cat food markets, with an expected compound annual growth rate of 7%. With the right approach, we estimate a potential market share of 3% in the first 2 years, and a goal of matching the current Blue Buffalo market share percentage in the United States, near 8%, over the long term.
So moving right along from market potential, we'll be getting into SWOT analysis, a couple strengths, weaknesses, opportunities that we see penetrating the Australian market. So first and foremost, pet ownership in Australia is on the rise. We have seen a steady and constant increase in dog and cat ownership. Furthermore, as we touched upon with the target market, with Australia having such a high average GDP per capita, they will be able to afford our premium product. And when we say premium product, it's important to mention because the demand for premium and quality pet food is also on the rise, especially within the past 10 to 20 years. We all have taken more awareness of what we put into our bodies, which has translated into what we put into our pets' bodies. Another strength that we see is the brand awareness that we've already established in our home country of the U.S. We have such a stronghold in our home country. We are the best-selling all-natural pet food brand, which will definitely help us as we plan to penetrate the Australian market. So moving right along to weaknesses, one potential weakness is the manufacturing costs that will go into our setup for Australia. Some of these costs include equipment, utilities, payroll, so it's definitely something to take into consideration. Furthermore, we do want to find a local product-based supplier that will be able to support the premium ingredients that we require with our food. Through our research, we have found that there is an opportunity to enter the market and immediately gain a 2 to 5% market share based on the need and the demand of the premium qualities or the premium products within the country. There's also an opportunity to build relationships with pet care providers as well. Going on to threats, kind of as we talked about in weaknesses, a huge potential threat that we see is, related to establishing a manufacturing location. So location and cost of manufacturing is definitely something that we're going to have to take into consideration. And furthermore, just the competition from several established companies such as Mars and Purina is also definitely something that could potentially be a threat when trying to gain a stronghold or a foothold within the market. Our marketing objectives Simply, we want to enter the market by 2021. By 2022, we plan to already have acquired 3 to 5% of the premium pet food market share. We also plan to increase brand awareness by 10% each year that we are in the market. So we want our product, the Blue Buffalo product, to become more and more known by 10%. Furthermore, we just want to focus on giving back to local community by providing free food to veterinarians. We strongly support veterinarians. Obviously, our philosophy is based on the health and the care for our pets. And we want to provide support through newly established Australian branch of the Blue Buffalo Foundation.
Now that we've established our marketing objectives, we will move on to our product and packaging. In order to meet the Australian guidelines for manufacturing, we will need to modify our packaging to move from the US system of measurement to the metric system. This means changing a lot of our descriptions from pounds to kilograms. This is required if we want to be in line with the PFIAA manufacturing label that we would like to have on our products to show that it is a quality product that meets the local standards. Additionally, we'll need to make sure our pet food is labeled with the nutritional information, which will be similar to what it is labeled as in America, and then we will need to make sure that it is labeled as pet food only. These are just some of the basic things we will need to change. Most of our ingredients that are made in the US are acceptable ingredients to be used on the Australian market. We will work with local chicken manufacturers to make sure we're also in line with healthy standards of food production and food modification. We do also recommend changing the product to help match the culture of pet ownership in Australia. This would be a simple change of updating the photo of the dog on the dog food to match some of the more popular breeds in Australia. This would include the Staffordshire Bull Terrier, or having a picture of a Lab or a German Shepherd. We would keep our same blue logo and our same blue coloring, as these are trusted colors even within the Australian market. As we look at our channels of distribution, we know that supermarkets and pet stores are primary stores in this market. Coles, Woolworths, Pet Superstores, Pet Stock, and My Pet Warehouse are some of the top ones. As you look at this brief chart on distribution channels, you can see that supermarkets make up 58% of the market, while pet stores make up 21% of the market. This is where people are buying their pet food. Specifically, people are buying premium pet food and premium all-natural products most likely at a pet store in a similar fashion as they are using in the US. This means we will use a similar strategy as what we use in the US. However, we will use our relationship with supermarkets to also sell our product through internet retailing. Internet retailing is the fastest growing distribution channel in Australia and will be a primary focus for selling our pet food products as well. And if we can find new partnerships beyond our pet food stores to increase sales, this will be a strong strategy that will help us reach our goal of growing in the market by 8% eventually once we're fully established. We will also distribute coupons to local veterinarians and shelters. This will kind of increase our relationship with them and also make a secondary connection with our consumers who we hope will eventually buy our products within our stores. This is kind of an alternative method of distribution, but is one that we believe is very valuable.
As far as pricing goes, we're going to have two different categories of pricing. One will be based off of smaller bags of dog food, and the second will be based off of larger bags of dog food. Our pricing is pretty much going to follow similar premium brands such as Royal Canin, Hill Science, Eukanuba. These bags typically range from about 32 all the way up to 37 Australian dollars for smaller pet food bags, and then the larger bags range from about 82 all the way up to 97. So we're going to go with a pretty much middle basis, starting at $35 for smaller bags and $90 for larger bags. Part of the reason for staying on the high end of things is because we are increasing a lot of costs by developing a manufacturing in this country. Additionally, it's easier from a marketing standpoint to lower prices than it is to increase them. For example, customers are going to be a lot more upset if we have to increase prices rather than lowering them.
One of the great things about our campaign is that our marketing communications plans can actually be a cost saver for moving to the Australian market. Consumers in that market are very individualistic style, which is similar to consumers in America. So a lot of our advertising that we've already created will work really well within this new market. Only difference is, since we are a new product to the Australian market, we will spend a lot more time highlighting nutritional facts and brand quality and highlighting just the benefits of trying out this new product that's in this market. So that will be a focus. We'll pull back a lot of our advertising that maybe we first started with in the American market and what we used to launch into the Canadian market. We'll use a lot of targeted data to target pet owners and potential pet owners. And these are all things that you can track through online, social media, and websites. It's easy to gather consumer data on what they're interested in, what they're buying, and what they're thinking about buying. So maybe if people are potentially buying lower brand quality of dog food, we will start targeting them with our ads to encourage them to buy better products to have a better extended life for their families and their pet families. Our social media campaigns will be very similar, and we will also have clickbait advertising to encourage people to continue buying great quality products for their animals and to try our new product to the market.
We are going to start early by handing out coupons to veterinary clinics as well as shelters. What this will do is it will give our consumers as well as our, the people that are just interested in trying our product a way to. And it gets the word out there, kind of gets a little bit more traffic, that type of thing. Another focus that we want to have is by creating good PR. So if we are able to establish an Australian pet foundation branch, this will bring up our PR tremendously in Australia, the same way it has in the United States and the same way it has in Canada. One of the hardest parts is that we are a new brand to Australia, so we really have to show them who we are and what we are going to do and how that is a positive effect. Thank you for listening to our presentation. We know that the Australian market will present a lot of challenges. One of them is that it's pretty far away. We know that there's going to be some distance issues. However, we really believe that this is a great opportunity in this market. It's not only projected to grow, but there's also kind of a shortage of all natural products in Australia, which we bring to offer. So we do kind of have a first mover advantage. And of course, Blue Buffalo can provide a unique and quality product to pet lovers both here, that means the US, and there in Australia. Thank you.